Okay, first and foremost, Pogger's Gwen skin, based Gwen skin.
Welcome to Summoner's
Okay,
Rift.
first things first, press tab. Or you should know, you're a Gwen and I'm a Kale. First thing you should know is that you are typically going to want to, um, stand here in the early game to, like, protect your jungle. But because I'm a Kale, you can literally just and, like, walk up and, like, ward their jungle for free. And, like, you should do that. If I was taking lethal tempo, like, that'd be a little bit more risky, but th yeah, that's just, like, a big thing, because it lets you know when the jungler's in this side of the map, and thus looking to gank you.
30
So that's the
seconds
first
until
thing.
minions spawn.
You're chilling, you're doing the thing, yada yada yada. I'm just checking to make sure you're not going into our jungle.
Minions have spawned.
Best emote. So I was caught up in the chat, and so I showed up to lane a little later. Which honestly should have been a death sentence. I was prepared to just like lose this game based off that mistake alone. Lord knows I've lost some games from those spots. Um, so what you're trying to do here is what you should be trying to do here is you're supposed to be trying to punish me, chase me off the wave at any point. Like if we're both scaling champions. Um, once I You honestly tend to outscale me. If that game had kept going, I think that you would have won if they didn't rage quit. Because you had two like really good scalers on your team. Like that would have been possible. So you got the level lead. I think as soon as you got the level lead, you should have immediately jumped at me. Um, one thing I also notice a lot, which I think will vastly increase your like Gwen skill, is you want to hold your stacks. Hold your stacks to trade with me. Like a fully powered Gwen Q is insane. Like it's so much damage. Um and just wasting it on a wave is like I can't walk up to you when you have that. And you could use that to like oppress me from the wave and stuff, but you're just using it to push. Um this is just like a bronze player thing, but Kale's like piss weak early. So if you keep on shoving waves into me, like I'm winning the game there. You kind of want to freeze it on your end, but yeah, that's just kind of the thing. Okay. Yeah, so you just stood out of you stood out of XP range there, which then just like completely fixed the gap that I made for myself earlier. If I didn't make that mistake earlier, though, I would be ahead of you in levels during this game. Like, which you never want as like a scaling champ, and especially not in top lane. Yeah, here I'm just trying to poke you, trying to get the CS off. You're just like trying to shove the wave as fast as possible, but that's not going to win you the game against a Kale. Like at most games, really. If you're, I guess you need to recognize. I need to try, like you need to learn essentially when you're ahead of someone, and then what to do when you're ahead of someone. If you could like, which is to say, like if you can kill them in a fight, you can kill me in a fight because Kale pre 6 is like piss, and Gwen pre 6 isn't as bad. Like yeah, you're just shoved up on my tower. You're like asking to be ganked here, which of course you are, and yeah, I do remember.
Nah, I don't think I ever ganked you early.
Okay, this is another thing of like, I don't understand. Assuming that you were like texting in chat here because, yeah, you conceded like I'm level 6 now. I'm gonna turn level 6 before you know. Fucking League. Yeah. And assuming like I wasn't like that low health, I could have like done shit. Yeah. You're just playing you're playing like aggressive with the wave state, I guess, which is just good for me. Can League of Legends please? Your ult is up. You could honestly try and dive me here, and like there's nothing I can do. With like if you should build up a big wave here and try to dive me when I'm at that low health. Instead, you just want to back off and like bait the fact that you backed. If you had hit like any of those needles, I probably would have been dead, especially that last shot. But yeah, like that's just something that you'll start to learn like as you play Gwen. Using normal cast can try and help a bit. You mainly want to get in your the last one is the most important. It's the one that does the most damage. Can you please? I'm gonna start molding soon.
Try. Okay, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, I just get all this time to slow push. You show up to lane. You start to win the engage, but yeah, I just end up being able to poke you down. Like in this kind of matchup, you do like just need your W, because you're like try to use it like when like you're like you used it when you were already too low. Like you should have used it a little earlier. I don't know if it was on cooldown.
I can add something there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if she would have just stuck on top of you instead of trying to keep backing up.
Yes.
Like, she can win an all-in against.
Oh, absolutely. You're 100% correct. Like if she had turned around and started to attack me, I honestly don't think she would have been able to get it, just because like I would have been able to kite it, because she would have had to use her E to get on me. But if she was her ghost was down. Oh yeah, one thing I want to say is that from this point on, I'm level 6. I'm a ranged champion. How you want to play Gwen against a ranged champion? You took Ghost. That's good. That's generally like the best summoner for her, other than teleport. Especially in these kind of ranged matchups. You want to wait until all your cooldowns are up, like your ult cooldown, your Ghost cooldown, and like everything. And then you just want to run at me. You just want to run at me and start the engage. You want to get into a good spot. Usually something like this, where I'm like pushed up against your tower, and then you will 100% of the time kill me. And then yeah, my ult just made me immortal there, so I was able to dive you without you killing me. And honestly, even if I had like died there, like you missing out on the wave was like also like big. But yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like even at this point, I don't think I've ganked the lane either.
Yeah, no. I think yeah. By this point, the level lead is like so significant that like the lane's pretty much over. Yeah. And especially because especially because level 11 is like Kale's power spike, where she just becomes insane. You kind of just gotta wait until I shove the wave into you. You could probably play a little bit more up just so you can get the XP. so you don't
Yeah,
fall even further
that's
behind.
that's a big problem, is standing at
Yeah,
tower these days.
that's a thing that you did like multiple times. Like you were even in CS for like a little bit, but like it doesn't matter because the level advantage is so big.
Yeah, you just keep giving more and more XP leads by standing all the way away from the wave.
Yeah, and this is where like I shove a pretty big wave into you, so I decided to go roam bot. Or mid should say. I got a couple assists there. And like, yeah, you probably get a little bit of damage off my thing. I also, yeah, I want to ask about your runes. So generally, Gwen, you should have 2 pages for Gwen. One page is like your lane bully rune page, where your resolve tree will have like bone plating and like revitalize, so you can like really sustain. And your other tree should be your main tree, and where you take demolish and then bone plating or revitalize or whatever one of the two you want. Because Gwen is really good at taking towers. It's like even if you're like 0-5, if you have Nashor's Tooth, like you can just like run at their towers and like you represent a threat. And so adding demolish into that, like that makes that a legitimate threat. Like you would have been able to get like 2 plates here, which would have probably helped like gold deficit, even though like yeah, the XP is like a really huge thing. And yeah, by this point like the game's over. I can just harass you under tower. You're level 9 and level 11. There's like
I think
you
the
could have
time where
tried
I
to
can
run at
just
me
do
earlier,
that-
like as a last ditch effort, because your ult was up, and mine ult was probably down. Yep. But ultimately speaking, like by this point, the game's over.